Hi, everybody. Looks like I'm on. Let's see who's on so far. Hi, Marva and Marilyn. Glad you guys are here. I don't understand this. My voice has been fine. All of a sudden tonight it's the weather. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods. It's super cold here. We had some snow Sunday, a little bit this morning, but it's nothing like a lot of other places are getting. But boy, is it cold. Oh, hi, Paula. Watching from Wyoming, and Marilyn's from Nebraska. Glad you guys are here. Marva, I should know where you're from, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm glad you guys are here. Looks like the numbers are starting to go up, so we can go ahead and get started. Let's see, what do I want to start off with? I always try to mix it up a little bit, but I usually start with door prizes. But how are you guys all doing? I've got some more people popped on. Hi, Joan from Washington State. Glad you're here. Hi, Robin from Martinsville, my buddy. Oh, it's 54. Joan says it's 54 in her where she's at. I'm jealous. It's in the teens right now. I'm not sure the exact temperature actually. Let me grab my phone and I will see what it is right now. It's pretty cold. It is 16, wind chill of 3 degrees. And it's supposed to be a wind chill below 0 tonight. It's supposed to be like this. It's been like this all week. And it's supposed to keep being like that here in Indiana. It's really cold. Let's see. It is a crisp cold, Robin. You're right. It really is. Almost takes your breath away. Hi, Crystal. Glad you could make it. Hope you're doing okay down in Kentucky. I know you guys are getting a ton of rain. I hope you're not in the area where all the flooding's happening. Hi, Anne. Glad you're here. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and get going. Oh, and Joan did say it's 54, but raining. Don't like the raining part. I missed that part. There's always a glare when I have to read this because I've got a light right above it, and my screen does not like it. Okay. Let's see. See, Robin says we just. Oh, you just left my road? Is that what you're saying? We just lost your road. Oh, you just passed my road a little bit ago. I was looking at it wrong. So you're not that far away from me at all right now. Okay. It's 24 in Kentucky, Crystal says. Yeah. Watching from Wisconsin, Kathy. Glad you're here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, hi, Cindy. I just saw your name pop up. Glad you're here. Oh, Marva says she's got a lot of ice in northeastern New York. That's where you're at. I knew as soon as I'd see it, I knew we would remember. Yes. So yeah, I've heard New York's getting pretty bad too. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the door prizes. Let me switch my screen here. My computer's very slow. There we go. So I think once I get rid of the wheel, the door prize wheel, it'll start working better again. I noticed it's taken a long time to switch screens. So hopefully that'll fix it. But these were from last week. Now, let me explain my door prizes. I always get ahead of myself. The way my door prizes work, you have to live in the United States. And then if you do want to be part of the door prize drawing, make sure you type in hashtag door prizes, just like you see there on the screen. Type it in exactly that way if you're watching live. Now, if you're watching the replay, no big deal, because I'm the one that puts your name in the wheel. But here during the live, I will announce the winner to the door prize for tonight. This is the one I'm going to do here in just a minute. This is from last week. But the live door prize for tonight, I will announce that winner at the end, and it's a program that figures out who the winner is. It does the drawing, and it pulls all the comments that say hashtag door prize. So you have to live in the United States, and then if you do want to be in the door prize drawing, I can't say that. Usually I can, just not tonight. If you want to be in the door prize drawing, then do hashtag door prize, type it in just like you see there at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so this is everybody that did the hashtag door prize during the live last week and during the replay, because I always want to make sure my replay people get a chance to get something. And these are the Opal Rounds Assortment, is what it's called. It's Night of Navy, Daffodil Delight, and Clear. And it's got it's not really glitter, but it's got that opal look to them. They're really, really pretty. This is in the annual catalog. So I'm going to go ahead, switch the screen here, wait for our little delay. There we go. and going to see who's going to win here. Oh, I need to grab I always forget to grab my Post-it notes. Here's one handy. Okay, let's see who's going to win. And the winner is, oh, Becky, you almost got it. Diana, anyway, you know you have not won before. I'm going to write your name down here, make sure I get it spelled right. So congratulations. I hope you're watching. So Diana, if you are, and then when I do the wheel, I don't know where you're commenting from. So let me switch here to me. Boy, this screen's going slow. There we go. I'll stop sharing and that should take care of it. If you are watching on YouTube, look down the video description and click on that contact me link, and you can give me your mailing address there and I'll get these mailed out to you. If you're watching on Facebook, just message me from my page there, my Create with Christy page, and I'll get back with you. So I'll get these mailed out to you. So you can message on Facebook or you can do the contact me link down in the video description. Okay, so that's another new winner. We had all new winners last week. Got a brand new winner today. Okay, let's see if I missed anybody. This is when it's hard for me to keep up because I got a bunch of hashtag door prizes. Oh, hi, Lorraine. I'm glad you could make it. Okay, let's see here. I know you might have to leave early, but that's okay. Oh, I was just getting ready so you could watch the replay. I literally just found this out a few minutes ago. Facebook has made new changes again. They are going to only let lives last for 30 days. That's it. So I'm so glad I go live on YouTube the same time I go live on Facebook. So if they said the lives that are already done, they're going to give us a 90-day window. They'll announce when that 90-day window happens, I guess, for us to be able to save them if we need to. Thankfully, mine are all on YouTube, so I don't need to worry about it. But thankfully on YouTube, lives stay forever unless I delete them. Facebook is now going to delete them whether I want them deleted or not in 30 days. So if you ever go back to my Facebook page and you can't find a live, you'll want to click my Learn More button at the top and go to my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find them there. There's actually even a playlist that says Past Lives. You can find them there. If it's a Card Class at Home live, then I've even got a separate playlist for just my Card Class at Homes too. But all the lives will just be under the one that says Past Live Streams or Past Lives, whatever it says. Okay, I want to make sure I told you that because I literally just found that out a couple minutes right before coming on. So let's see here. Oh, hi, Mary Catherine. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. What do you say here? Cold and getting colder in Texas. Oh, I bet it's cold for Texas. Indiana would probably like it, but we're close to zero for wind chill, so it's really, really cold. Mary Catherine, I agree. She said, how rude. I totally agree. Not really happy with that. But I'm glad. Yeah. Oh, good, Lorraine. Yes, you can definitely watch the replay. But you can still watch the replay. This one will be up for 30 days. I think it actually starts tomorrow. So this might be one of the ones that gets to last for 90 days. So next week's will only last 30 days. But like I said, all of them are on YouTube, so we're good. I'm just glad that YouTube isn't changing that. Let's see. Crystal says, Facebook won't let you stream to your TV anymore. Well, that stinks. So you switched it. Oh, that's right. You are on YouTube. I just saw the icon. Yeah, Facebook, some of the changes they're making, I get. Some of them, I think they're hurting themselves, but oh well, I'm not the one making the decision. So like I said, I'm glad I've got YouTube to fall back on. Okay, I'm sure I've missed some comments, but I'll go back and read them later. Okay, now links. I want to make sure I always explain these. I kind of talked about them here a little bit. If you're watching on YouTube, any links that I bring up, just look down in the video description below the video and you'll find all the links there. If you're watching on Facebook, I've got a Learn More button at the top of my Facebook page. Just click on that and all the links pop up there. Now I can do more direct links on YouTube. So Facebook might be general. So I do have a link for Sale-A-Bration, and I'm going to talk about that right now. Oh, and door prizes, I will show you those in a minute because that's part of, this is the time when I do cards. So the card I'm making tonight will be the one for the live drawing tonight. And then I've got another card to show you, and that'll be the one I'll draw for next week. So you'll get to win the card. If you're watching live, you get to win the card I'm making tonight. And then I've got a butterfly card that I made too that I want to show you. It's a different one from last week. But Celebration is almost over. I cannot believe it. Switch. Oh, yeah. Working much better. Now I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Oh, hi, Donna. Glad you could make it. Okay. Still have something stuck in my throat tonight. I've been, like I said, I have been fine all night, but the weather keeps changing and that always messes my sinuses up, even when, so I'm definitely not sick again. It just my life. Okay. So Celebration ends next week. Every time it starts, I'm thinking, oh, I got a full 2 months for Celebration. And all of a sudden it's about over. So the 28th is next Thursday or Friday. Let me look here quick. Next Friday. That's what I was thinking. So you've got about a week and a half left to take advantage of Celebration. I've got a couple people that have been thinking about being able to get all their stuff at a discount by joining my team, and you get extra things for your $99 starter kit if you join my team. And then for every $60, just as a customer, every $60 or $120 you spend on an order before shipping and tax, you get to pick out a free Celebration item. I've got all that information. There's this information too. I'm not going to go over all that. I've been going through it every week. But if you're new and you don't know about it, just click on that Celebration link and and that page will tell you everything about Celebration. And you can just contact me, message me on Facebook, or do that contact me link on YouTube, and I'll get back with you and answer your question. But that's what Celebration's all about. I can't believe it ends next week. It probably seems even faster this year to me because I was sick all of January, so I barely got to make anything with my Celebration stuff. I was so mad. So maybe I can get some made up before the month's over. Okay. Oh, hi, Vicki. Glad you're here. And hi, Brenda. Let's see here. Let me pop this up now that I'm not on me. Negative 36 with wind chill. That's cold. Is it negative 36 or just 36? That's cold. Eek. Okay. I know we're not the coldest out there right now. Okay, now let's see. What do I want to do? I'm done with Celebration. I want to tell you about thank you gifts. Let me get those, change my little ticker here. There it is. Okay. Oh, come on. Whenever I first put it on, it doesn't want to show. There we go. And then I'm going to get rid of the hashtag door prize. I will go over that again for anybody that comes on later. This is the one I want to show now. Okay. So if I do thank you gifts every 2 weeks, I get new ones every 2 weeks. That's norm. That's my norm anyway. Like the last thank you gifts, I had to add another week on because I was so behind from being sick. So, but usually it's every 2 weeks. So the thank you gifts I'm telling you about now, they started last week. So you've only got until this coming Monday, which is February 24th to get these. So that host code you see there on the screen, you have to use that host code on orders that are under $150 before shipping and tax. Now, if your grand total for your order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, do not use the host code. You'll still get the thank you gifts you earned from me, but you'll also get Stampin' Up rewards from Stampin' Up. But the reason I have you use the host code, I use the Stampin' rewards I receive from your order to be able to give you free stuff. So I spend my Stampin' rewards on you guys. So that's why I do that. Pretty soon, the Stampin' rewards plan is going to change. I'll tell you more about that another time. So there won't be a host code anymore. It's going to be great for customers, but I'll explain all that another day. We need to get going on what's going on today. So let me find my cards. I know I brought those over here. Where did they? Oh, there they are. Well, maybe they're not. Hold on here. I thought sure I grabbed the cards. Let me go grab them. I know right where they're at. Hold on. They almost made it over here. I can tell I put them down and thought I was, and then forgot to pick them up again. So these were the cards I made last week. Well, here, let me get these card kits out of the way so you can see them a little better. So my thank you gifts always include a card class at home. So that was my card class at home last week. And yes, this is a butterfly shaped card. There we go. And if you want to get the card kits, the free card kits to make 2 each of these, And here are the card kits. So that's enough to make 2 each of those 3 cards. Plus, I'm giving you the embellishments you need. You'll actually have extra embellishments that are on the cards in your kit. So you get everything you need except for like ink pads and things like that. But that's what you get with a $50 order before shipping and tax using that host code you see there on the screen. Now, you might want to bump it up $10 more to a $60 order. That way, you'll get my card kits, plus you'll get a celebration item of your choice, and you don't want to miss out on that. And you'll want to check out the new ones, too. We've got some in the brochure that have been around since January, and then we had new ones pop up in February. And actually, a lot of the ones in the February list, they're things that have already been available. They're just products that I've been on the online store for a while now. They're actually worth more. You actually get a little more bang for your buck with most of the new ones. So you might want to check that out. And the beautiful butterfly stamp set is one of the things that you can get free with a $60 order before shipping and tax. And last week it wasn't available. I think it was like the next day. Yes, it was all of a sudden available. Like wasn't supposed to be available till this week. It actually came in last week, and I posted about it and sent an email and things like that. So hopefully you saw that. But it is. I checked again right before now, and it is still available. The die set. Let me just show you the whole. Here's the stamp set, so you can get that free with the $60 order before shipping and tax, plus anything else you see in the celebration. And then the beautiful butterflies hybrid folder, which includes the embossing folder and these dies. So whenever you see hybrid embossing folder as a name, it's not just a folder, it's also a set of dies. So this is not available right now, but they're still saying that they're going to get these by next week. So you don't have much longer to wait. So the stamp set by itself is $24. So there is a bundle price. So after celebration, you'll want to purchase the bundle. But here during celebration, your best deal is to do a $60 order before shipping and tax. Pick this as your free item, and then when this comes available again, buy the die set. And that's actually cheaper than the bundle price. Okay. Now, so $50 order, get the card kit. $60 order, get a celebration item. If you bump it up to a $125 order, you get the itty bitty bokeh mix. And just to show you how much is in here, this looks full. You probably can't. I'm not going to tilt it so you can see it because I'll dump them all out. But this really looks pretty full. I have made 5 cards with this, with shaker cards. So not just using little bitty, a couple here and there, shaker cards. So you get quite a bit in this. So I've used quite a bit, and I still have a ton in there. But that's what you get with the $125 order before shipping and tax, the bokeh mix plus the card kits. Then if you bump it up to a $200 order, you also get the iridescent striped trim. I'm not going to open this up because it's a brand new one. Here, let me grab it. This is one I'm using on the card. So what I'm going to, and I wish you could see, you can tell it's shiny. The stripes are shiny, but they really are iridescent. They've got that, when the light hits it, you see different colors. I love this ribbon. And I'm going to be using both because last week I showed you how to make the cards. This week I'm making a card, plus I'll show you another card that uses both of these so you can get ideas on what you can do with these. Okay, I will go over that again at the end because there are always people that come on later. But now it's time to start making this card. So I am using a bundle that came out in January. This is actually part of our scrapbooking line. Every time I open these up, there's one of the little things in the bokeh mix. I think they stick to the lid, and every time I open it, they fall out of the lid. There we go. I'll get that over there because I need it for the card. So this is the meant to be. When I start making it, the bee is going to look familiar. There is a stamp set we have that's called Be My Valentine. And it came, last year when it came out, it was bundled with a punch. It's not a bundle anymore. You can purchase them separately. But if you get the Be My Valentine bee, you can get the punch for free. That's another new celebration item that they added that you can, with a $60 order before shipping and tax, you can pick out the bee builder folder also. Or punch, I mean. But I happen to like this one a little better. It has got 2 bees in it. And I think I was going to test this out, and I totally forgot. I was going to hurry up and stamp it right before the video and forgot. I think the large B lines up with the punch. I'm not positive of that. I'll have to check that out. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know. But if I'm right, you won't hear from me and you'll know I was right. But I'm thinking the large one does. But I love that we've got 2 sizes of bees. So I've got dies. It comes with dies instead of the punch. So they're dies for the bees. It punches out the wings. Really neat. You'll see that here in a minute. Antennas. I love these honeycomb dies, and that's made it to where I can make a shaker card. This actually, it's hard to tell what these say, but this is the word our, O-U-R, hive. And so with scrapbooking, that would look so cool. So you could, this will die cut the word. This die cuts a mat to go around it. So you can, I could definitely see that across a scrapbook page. So I can't wait to use this. I got to start scrapbooking again. I keep trying to, and I always keep running out of time. But you don't want to miss the scrapbooking stuff. So you want to, if you go to the online store, you can look up the scrapbooking items. I think it's under scrapbooking. You can also look under what's new and click on, if you've already seen some of the scrapbooking stuff we've got, if you just want to see what's new, which this is one of the new things, just go to the what's new section on the online store, and then you can go to the January 2025 scrapbooking brochure. Click on that and it'll show everything, including this. And there's also paper, there's a workshop kit. It's really cool. So a scrapbooking kit. So make sure you check that out. But this is what I'm going to be using here tonight. And just to show you the dies, this is, well, actually I'll be getting these out. I might as well get them out now. I'm going to be using this one. So it's the smallest one of the honeycomb. I'm going to use all of the bee. Since I'm only making one card, it's easy just to take all these out. So I'm going to make one each of the bees. So I need both of the wings because they're different sizes. The antennas are exactly the same, but since I'm making bees, I'll take both of them. I need this flower. Decided to use that one too. This one is for the leaves for the flower, and that's for a single leaf for the flower. So I'm using all of those, and that's it. So I've still got all these honeycombs. I didn't use any of these little standalone flowers or the our hive. And then with the stamps, you need all 6 of the bee stamps here. The antenna, oh, I'm out of the screen, sorry. These 6 here, the antenna, and I use this face right here. You can use whichever face you want. So you've got 3 little faces for it. I'm going to use the flower, the 2 leaves, and this little circle because that is perfect for the flower center. And then I'm using the love this life. So those are all the stamps I'm using. It does help when you only make one card because you can show everything at once. So what do I want to do first? Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get the card base folded here. And this is when I probably will stop seeing all of your comments. So I'm going to hurry up and look at them real quick before I get going. Oh, I can tell some more people have come on. Let's see here. Oh, Brenda Crawford says it's very cold. She can't wait till it warms up. I am so with you there. Oh, hi, Lynn. You're fine. Don't worry about being late. I haven't even started the card yet. 8 degrees in mid-Michigan. Ew, that's cold. Yeah, we're about 8 degrees warmer than you, so you're really cold. Okay. Hi, Becky. Thanks for liking and sharing. I appreciate that. That always helps. And Diana's from Bow, Michigan. Glad you're here. Diana Vinci, glad you're here. Oh, yeah, Mary Catherine, I agree. 36 below, that's crazy. Hi, Cheryl. Glad you could come back. Brenda says they're in a cold snap right now. Oh, yeah, cold snap. That's really, really cold. I can't imagine. Oh, hi, Trina. I'm glad you could come tonight. Oh, hi, Gianna. I haven't said hi to you yet. Lisa Spacek, haven't seen you. Hi, Becky. Schlossnagel, glad you're here. I want her to save your name because I couldn't remember if there was another Becky on here. Hi, Myra. Okay. Okay, thank you, Marva. Marva answered my question for me. I wondered. She said that the punch is actually in between the 2 bees. So the large bee on here is a little bit bigger than the one in the Be My Valentine's, the medium sized, and then the smaller one. So I wondered about that because I have to admit, I did kind of play around with it yesterday and it did look like it was a little bigger. So, okay, that answers my question, but I hadn't really, really punched to make sure. So thanks for telling me that. Okay. Oh, Jeanette from Australia. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and start the card here. It looks like I've got things set up a little different. I keep putting everything up here. I need to come down. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Pool Party. And this well, it could be a couple weeks ago, I did a shaker card. Because this is going to be a shaker card because I want to use that bokeh mix. And I will show you a card where I used the bokeh mix as a shaker card, but also doing something like a regular embellishment. So I'll show you that here when I'm done with this one. But this is just the last shaker card I did was more like an overlay card. This is just going to be a regular card shape anyway. So I got that folded in half. Now let's see here. Might as well get all the stamping done, and then that's what I need to grab this. Oh, hold on a second. My light was in the way and it wouldn't let me grab this. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set. So they're clear stamps. So you always want to have a cushion underneath for good foundation for your stamping. So this is our Stampin' Pierce mat. I'm going to grab this piece. This is a 7-inch by 2 3/4. And by the way, since this is not a class, I will be putting a post on my blog, and I will add that link to the video description below on YouTube. And I'll tell you what, I'll do a post on my Facebook page, and I'll put the link in the comments section of that post. And then you can go to the post also. So we have more pictures of this card. Plus, there will be a print-off sheet. I've gotten, when I do my paper sizes now, if I do it in a blog post, I used to just list it in the post, but then I've started to make little sheets that you can print off. That way you don't have to write all those sizes down. So you'll be able to see that tomorrow, right? Tomorrow morning. Okay, so this one, so you don't have to worry about writing everything down. You can go to my post tomorrow morning and you'll be able to get all these dimensions. So this is a 7 by 2 3/4 inch piece of basic white. I'm going to do my bees. Now, whenever I do two-step, I like to do the dark one first. It's a lot easier to line up something light because you can see through these a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do the big bee body first. And this is the Tuxedo Black Memento. And I have learned if I twist this on the stamp and then pounce on a little bit to get rid of those little swish marks, it inks up a lot better. I'm not sure if that works for everybody, but it works for me. So I've noticed if I just pounced on it, a lot of times it didn't ink up very well. Oh, hi, Patty. Glad you could make it. I just started the card, so you're fine. So I've got that down. Now I'm going to grab the bigger bee body. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. This inked up. Oh, I forgot I was going to re-ink this. I think I got that on there pretty good. Okay, now when I line this up, you really want to make sure that you get this edge here right up against the line of the little stinger for the bee. And then I kind of look on the long sides to make sure the stripe is within the yellow oval. So I kind of look if I can see a little bit of black in that stamp, just a teeny, teeny, teeny bit. And then get those stripes lined up on the ends of them, that is. Then I know I've got it in the right spot. So there's that one. It would have inked up better if I'd inked up my Daffodil Delight, but it's still looking fine. Okay, now I'm going to grab, oh, wait a minute. I want to do the black first. So grab, where did I put it? That's the big one. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I put it up there. Okay, so here's the little one for the little bee. Do my little twisting and then pounce. And now I'll do this one. Hold that down for a few seconds. I always hold it down a few seconds to get it to the ink to soak in really well. Grab my little one. That looks pretty good. I'm going to line up the same way. Make sure I just see a teeny, teeny bit of the black of the stinger and then line up those stripes. There we go. Now with this, my goodness, I looked away and put my finger in the wrong end. I think I'm okay though. All right, now I'm going to do my face. On my card, the big bee is facing this way. So I'm going to make sure the stinger's on the right. Oh, I meant that's an antenna. Here's my face. So this is how I want the smile to go. And then with the little guy, The stinger is on the left. So you want to make sure you get those stingers on the right side because you're not putting the face on upside down. So I always do the face first, then I know where I want everything else. So I'm going to grab my antennas. Since the face is upright, I know I want my antenna on this side. So that's the neat thing with this too. You can swap them around. They can face any direction, and you don't have to do the, oh, I don't know why I put that there. You actually just want to stamp them separate because I'm going to be die cutting those. So we'll pretend like that's not there. Once I cut it, die cut it, it'll be fine. Okay. Now, so pretend that's not there. So you're just going to stamp it like this. Okay. And then have two separate antennas. Then we're going to have two separate wings, and I'm going to do pool party. Because what I'm doing, the paper I'm using, let me show you the paper. This is comes out of the Cute as Can Be DSP. This coordinates with the bundle, as you can see. And also in that post I'm going to post on my blog tomorrow, I will also have all of the links to every single product that coordinates with this bundle. Because like I said, it goes with the workshop or scrapbook workshop kit and things like that. So I'll have all those in there for you to see. But you can see how they're pool party wings on there. So that's why I decided to do pool party. There are two different sizes. So there's one there. And then I need the smaller one right here. Okay. I've got everything done for the bee. Now I need to stamp. I'm done with pool party too. I've got some flowers to stamp. So I'm going to grab my Petunia Pop. I love the colors in this paper too. That's where I'm getting all the colors from. Oh, Becky, I may not have said. Becky was asking me what yellow I used. Daffodil Delight. I did forget. I probably did forget to mention that. But this is Petunia Pop here. So I'm just going to stamp these here with my Petunia Pop. We need two of them. And then, last but not least, on this piece, I need Old Olive. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to do Daffodil Delight again. I forgot. We got to put that flower center in there. We could leave them white if we wanted to. If you wanted to, if you make this later. I'm going to put this right here in the center. And I did not get it right in the center. So I learned this. I'm just going to move it over to the right a little bit. And that colors it in completely. Now, if you get it right in the center, there's a little bit of a white frame on it. Oh, I did it again. When I did this, my original card, I actually got one exactly where it needed to go. If you just move it over, it actually fills it in, and you can't even tell that I missed it just a little bit earlier. I love it when that happens, so you can fix it pretty easy. Okay, now I need the leaves. So I need my Old Olive. Here are the two leaves. I'm going to need two of each. I'm going to do this one, and then two of the singles. And that's everything I need on this piece. I'll put that to the side because we'll be die cutting those out here in just a minute. Then I have this. This is a 3.5 by 3/4 inch piece of basic white. And I'm using the Love This Life. So this would be a good one for a scrapbook page too, but I thought it works good for a card too. Just a card just to send to somebody for any kind of occasion. Put that right here in the center. Of course, you can always use another sentiment that's long too in this piece if you get the card kits. Oh, hi, Ruth. Glad you could make it. Okay, so this is ready to go. Put that to the side. Oh, I need to stamp the inside. Then I'll be all done stamping. I decided to go with a small bee for the inside. So I'm going to get all of those together. This time I do need the antennas. So get all those together. Do the body again. Kind of twist. I'm going to put this one right here. Grab my Daffodil Delight. Oh, come on. There we go. Get that inked up. Once again, I'm going to line the top of the stinger first. I just see a little bit of black, just a teeny, teeny, teeny bit. Because I was finding out if I didn't see the black at all, a lot of times I had a little space in between. And and then now I'm going to line up, now that I've got the little bit of black at the stinger, I'm lining up the ends of the stripes. There we go. If you ever have a little gap there, I just took my basic black marker and kind of filled it in, and you couldn't even tell. And it worked just fine. Even worked with the die cutting. Oh, what am I doing? We don't want yellow antennas. Okay. Now I'm done with the yellow, so I'm going to close that up before I do that again. Get my little antenna going here. Put it right here on the head. And my little face. That one there. And now I got to do some wings. Find the small wings or smaller wings and the pool party. This might line up to, yeah, part of my wings aren't going to show because it's off the paper, but I'm okay with that. Just line the bottom up with the top of the bottom of the wings with the top of the bee. There we go. So you can even just stamp those without having to die cut anything. So there's the inside of the card. Isn't that bee cute? I love this bee. I love the different faces you can use on it too. Okay, if I'm remembering right, let me look at yeah, this one, they're all happy faces. If you've got the Be My Valentine, I remember there's one, the face is kind of, I don't know, it looks like he's mad, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've gotten that one out, but I don't know if I use that one too much. I really like the little faces on this one. Okay, so I am done stamping. Get this out of the way. You know what? This is the inside. I'm going to put it in right now. I hate losing things by the end of the video. So put that in right now. It's less stuff for me to have laying around. Anyway, if I can get this going again. There we go. I wasn't able to do any other videos this week, which is okay. I'm getting caught up big time, thankfully. This past week, I've been able to work a lot, so slowly getting caught up. Get that in there. I always love decorating the inside of my cards. Okay, now I'm going to get the die cutting machine out. Move things out of the way here. For die cutting, looks like I might have lost some of my tape, so better grab. Oh, where'd my tape go? Well, I'll make do. I think I can make do with what's on there. Oh, I see what. Oh, there we go. I knew I had it here somewhere. I had a bunch of them on here. It's one thing when I put them on here. There, that one just moved on me. I think they all moved. I have plenty. Okay, there we go. I knew I had enough on there earlier. If I go across with my clothes at all, a lot of times I end up having tape all over my clothes. But I like to put it, I just knocked one down. That's fine. Okay. Now I got my tape, and this is all Post-it. Well, you can't even see it. I've got Post-it tape here. Let me bring it on the side of my machine. That's how I've got it all handy, so I don't have to keep looking for it. So to die cut, you need the base platform number 1, die plate number 2, standard cutting plate number 3. I'm going to get that handle out of the way so the camera will focus a little better. Okay. Now I'm going to grab this. These are a lot of little dies here. Now with the wings should fill in that opening. So make sure you see all the lines in the wing when you line this up. And the line should be right up against the outer part of that opening and the center area. I'm going to use 2 here. Actually, I'm just going to do 1 right now. I'm going to grab the other wing. Where did it go? There, it's in my hand. There we go. I actually picked it up first, didn't even realize it. So this one gets lined up the same way. And since these are so close, I'm just going to go ahead and use 1 piece of tape here. Okay. And I think I'm going to put another one right here. Okay, now the antennas. Hopefully I didn't stamp those too close. I think I'm okay, though. The only thing I'm going to have to stamp twice are going to be the flowers, because there's only 1 flower die and 1 set of leaf dies. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to do 1 antenna. I could definitely do the other one, but these like to move. The little ones like to move sometimes, so that way I don't have to worry about that. Here is the big die for my bee. So just have that image completely fill in that opening. And 2, I can use a big piece of tape right there. Now I'm going to grab this little guy. So now I don't have to worry about those antennas. They'll be cut off. So I did not mean to stamp that there. Okay. Get this on there. And let's go ahead and do, now with the flower, I have found out, you can see there are a couple of them that kind of stick out, especially this one's kind of all by itself. So I'm going to look at this. This one looks like it might be sticking out. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. So this one, there are 2 of them that kind of look like they're sticking out, so it must have been the other one. There we go. Now that fits perfectly. So I'll put a piece of tape here. Oop, I am going to do another piece of tape. I thought that one I dropped wouldn't need it, but I think I'm going to. Grab this one for the leaf. So I'll do a double one. Just making sure I was still on the screen here. Have that fill in. And I am pushing down the tape so it's going in that center opening because that helps hold the die a lot better. Grab one more piece of tape. And this is what the Post-it tape looks like in case you want it. Actually, I think it's a darker yellow now. I have had this one. I looked it up. It's been, well, I looked it up a few months ago. It was like 2.5 years. So it's probably been closer to 3 years now. And I'm just now getting to where I need a new one. I just ordered it just in case I ran out, and I still haven't used that one, and I've had it for a little while. But I noticed it's a little darker yellow than what it used to be. But it still looks pretty much the same. Okay, now I've got this leaf on there. Sometimes I think the smaller ones are harder to line up just because you covered up completely with the tape, but it should be fine. Put another standard cutting plate on top. Make sure that you get all the dies within the sandwich because you got to have the right pressure for all the dies to work. Okay. Oh, sticking to my plate. Now, there was one comment. I wish I could remember who it was. I couldn't read it all, and she made a very good idea. Notice how things were sticking on here? It's not that big a deal right now, but like when I had a bunch of little pieces and one of the dies, I think it was one of the butterfly dies last week, I had all these little pieces sticking. She commented, and it makes sense. I haven't tried it yet, but I know I'm sure it works. The using a dryer sheet and just brushing it on the plates, and that'll take care of the static cling because it does with your, of course, I'm sure it works because it does with your, washing takes the static cling out. So it would on this too, I'm sure. So I'm definitely going to remember that. This time I knew I wouldn't need it just because I'm not doing one with a bunch of little pieces in it. I could not read her whole because of the glare on my screen. So now that when I read the comments again, I'm like, oh, that's what she meant. That makes perfect sense. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. So there's that bee. So this is one's a little larger than the punch. And grab this one. Now this is going to show you how it die cuts the wings. And I love how it die cuts the wings. Get all these little pieces of tape off because I'm going to, if you see the screen jiggle all of a sudden, it's because I keep hitting my camera because it's right in front of my, I have to use a regular, what are they called? I can't use my phone, and that one I can zero in or zoom in. This one you can't zoom in, so I've got to get real close so you guys can see it. So there's a smaller bee. I do see a little black there, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to have the antennas right there when I add the ones I die cut. Here are the wings. Isn't that neat? I love it. So it makes them so they look clear, but you got the outline. I like that a lot. Oh, and here's one of my little antennas. And I do leave a little room down here that's just white because this is, we'll be attaching that. So when you get, so if you make the cards, you'll be attaching that under the bee just a little bit. Okay, here's the flower. I better stop talking because I've got another set of flowers and an antenna to die cut. There is this one. And here is the single one. There we go. Now this one here, it could even be a lopsided heart if you wanted it to be. It's not perfect heart, but that would definitely work if you don't need a perfect looking heart. So now I'm going to get this one ready to go. Just make sure it is definitely in the right spot before you put the tape on, because once the tape's on there, you can't see if it's lined up anymore. Now I'll grab this one ready. Get my, get this down. Oh, I'm going to have to do that one again because I taped it to this mat, cutting mat, and couldn't move it. There we go. Well, shoot, I could tell it moved again. I'm batting 1,000 with this die all of a sudden. There we go. It stuck to my finger, and when I popped my finger up, it moved. Now we'll get this one ready. So when I line this up, I'm looking at the rounded part of the antennas, filling that in. And then you can look here and make sure you see the 2 lines here on each side. Then you know you've got it lined up. Now let's try this one again. Here's one that's sticking out. It's got 2 little ones right next to it. So I bet you that's the long one I was looking for. Yep. So look for 2 little ones. Almost looks like a little bump for a heart. And then one that's kind of sticking out a little more. And now I'll put this one on. Grab my other standard cutting plate, and this will be, well, no, it's not all the die cutting. I have to show you how to do the shaker card part. But there's nothing to line up too badly with that. The antenna keeps falling out before I get this picked up. So be careful because you don't want to lose your antennas. I mean, they're easy to stamp again, but there's my second single leaf. And get all these dies put in here before I drop them and lose them. There we go. Yeah, when I was making the original card, I actually dropped one of my antenna dies, but thankfully I found it real quick. Well, not real quick. I had to get my little flashlight out. Then I found it. Okay. Oops. Where did that leaf go? Oh, I put it in here. Well, that's weird. It's oh yeah, there it is. I did put it in there. Here I am looking for it, and I already put it away. Okay, so now we can get rid of that piece. Now it's time to get this piece ready for the shaker card. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of petunia pop. No, bubble bath. Sorry, bubble bath. So 4 by 5 1/4 bubble bath. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to grab this die here, and this is going to kind of go centered left and right. So pretend like this is left and right, because when I put it on the card, it's going to be like this. Okay. Actually, let's just do it that way. It is fitting. I didn't think it was going to fit. So I'm centering it left and right, but closer to the top, and that's pretty good. I'm going to definitely use tape on this one because I don't want it to move. And another good reason to put in this way, it's better on the die, and it die cuts better if you put like a point, a corner or something like that going in and in through the die cutting machine first. If you put a straight edge going in first, sometimes that messes up the die, and sometimes it doesn't die cut as well too. So that is ready. Now this is our window, and this is going to show you, oh, I've got another thing to die cut. That's right. I'm glad I remembered. I almost put this away or got it ready for embossing. This die cuts little honeycomb thing. I'm not using that. It also die cuts a little frame. Well, if I can get a hold of it. There we go. So it die cuts a frame, and it also die cuts the inside out. Okay. Now what I'm using with this, I'm going to hold on to these for another card, but I'm going to use it mainly to make my window. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Cheryl, for noticing Becky. Yeah, Becky said, too bad Stampin' Up stopped selling vellum. And there's gold metallic vellum in the last chance section. Is it vellum, or is it like a window sheet type thing? I'll have to look that up. I do miss the vellum. I totally agree with you, Becky. I miss our vellum too. Hopefully they'll bring that back, because there have been times they've taken some things away and then we find out that we still need it, and they'll bring it back. So I'm hoping that's what happens this time, because I'm missing the vellum too. Okay, so we've got Dashing Designs is the embossing folder I'm going to use. It's a 3D folder. Now, the trick is, a lot of times I'll do the embossing before the live. This time, you need to do the cutting first, then emboss. I have learned if you emboss first, when you die cut it, it will smash the embossing, so it's not as prominent. It doesn't show up as well. Plus, if you emboss first and then die cut, sometimes the die cutting isn't as good. It almost tears a little bit. So die cut first, then emboss. And I forgot to get these two out. We want to get rid of the die plate and the standard cutting plate for 3D embossing folder. So it's just the base platform number 1. Putting this in, making sure the fold is going to go through first. Then you put the specialty plate on. So all these plates you're seeing me use come with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You don't have to buy any extras. They come with it. You eventually have to replace these guys. As you can see, it's got a lot of cutting on it. And I've got some coming because this one's about had it. But now it is all ready. So our 3D folders, that's how you do them. So now it's embossed with my window for my shaker card. Oh, Cheryl even put the item number. Thanks, Cheryl. Gold Mercury Vellum. I forgot about that being on that list. You're right. Okay. So I'm double checking myself. Yep, that is all I need for the die cutting machine. So get all these plates over here so I can get it out of the way. Oh, come on, get in there. There we go. Now it's time to put this together. I'm going to be using, oh, I forgot. No, this one I can do this. This is our 3x3 flip flaps. So you saw me do, and I put a link down below in the video description on YouTube. Can't do that on Facebook. So if you go to my YouTube channel and find this video, you'll see the link there. But actually, you can scroll down. Let's try it on Facebook. Just scroll down a little bit because it was a live a couple weeks ago. So it should still be there since I haven't started taking lives away yet. But for those of you who didn't know about that, Facebook's only letting lives last on Facebook for 30 days. So I know some people came on late. Brand new change. It just happened. I just saw it a few minutes before this live. So all my lives that I've put on Facebook will only last 30 days after they're done. So if you go back after 30 days and you can't find a live, you'll have to go to my YouTube channel because all my lives are there too. So you'll be able to, you can watch them there. So this is a 3x3 flip flap. I'm going to grab this piece. This is a 3x3 piece of that cute as can be. All the B's spelled B-E-E. So this is a little opening here. Usually this is for scrapbooking. This is the adhesive strip. You would take that off, put a picture or something in here, and then you can stack another one on top of it, and you can flip through a bunch of different pictures. That's the original use for these. But I've learned that it works good for shaker cards too. So it says it's a 3x3 flip flap. The outer dimensions are larger than 3x3. It's the inside part that's 3x3. So this is a 3x3 piece of the paper. I'm going to have the beads, make sure they're upright. So I'm putting it in just like so. Now I'm going to take my cutter. I'm going to just use the scoring tool because I want this to still be a 3x3. So what I'm going to do with the opening here on the right, I'm going to line the bottom outside edge. So past the seam, just the very outside edge of the flip flap at the 3-inch mark. And this is going to make a nice little score thing here. Now, if you ever score one of these flip flaps without paper in it, you'll want to use our Simply Scored scoring tool because that does a really good job with scoring this. But since I've got paper on here, that helps me see the score line too, and that helps it fold. The card I'm going to show you here in a few minutes that I did with the butterfly, I didn't use any paper inside, and I could not get this scoring thing to score the flip-flop very well. When I got my Simply Scored scoring tool out, it worked great. So that actually will close this little gap here. Now, I don't want to close it yet. I just thought I'd get the scoring out of the way. I'm going to grab the Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. Yeah, isn't this paper cute? Sue, I love it too. Okay. Yes, very super cute paper. I was looking at all the comments. Oh, hi, Julie from Utah. Glad you could make it. Oh, hi, Karen. Just saw your name pop up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up. The opening is actually here in the front. And I'm going to put about 3 pinches of these inside. I want it in front of the paper. First, I think I'm going to do 2, and let's see how that looks. Those might have been 2. Actually, that's pretty good. I might put a little bit more in there. I did just have one slide to the back I just saw. I'm just going to do a smaller pinch here. It's okay if there's one back here. Yeah, there's a little flat one there. But you definitely want to have these on the front as much as you can. Now I will close this up before I make a big mess. There we go. Now I can fold this down at that score line. I'm going to take this paper backing off. It's actually kind of not really paper. Fold along that score line first. So I'm holding the score line down. Then I'm going and kind of getting that attached there. Now there's still an opening here though with the flap, because the flap, this just kind of helps that hold down a little longer. So what I do, just to hold that a little flatter, I'm going to grab some tear and tape. And this is right where the opening is at. So I'm going to tape it down. So the opening, the edge of the opening is like in the middle of the tear and tape. That way I can hold this that thing closed. So that way we don't have any of the things coming out. And then if I miss it, oh, nope, I got it. I was afraid I missed the opening, but I'm good. So that's going to hold that down and keep it closed. So those will stay inside. Okay, now I'm going to bring this. Oh, I need the tear and tape still. That's right. With this thing really, it's kind of slippery. It likes to really stick to you. There we go. Now, this is the side that's got the best embossing. So that's the front. So I want to turn this over. I could use Stampin' Seal Plus. Stampin' Seal would probably work too, just the regular seal. But since this is slippery, I want to make sure it stays on really good. I have found whenever I emboss something, it could be me. It's probably user error. Sometimes the Seal Plus starts tearing the cardstock a little bit, especially when it's got a lot of detail like this one does. So tear and tape doesn't do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to put it on these angled edges. So put this one here so it's right close to the opening. So this is the back. Let me make sure I said that. I'm just going to put it right along here. You could definitely put some right here if you wanted to, and there, but I'll show you why I'm not going to bother once I'm done here. There's that one, because we've got everything is closed in here, so I don't have to worry about sealing it perfectly since it's closed. Okay, when I put this on, I'm going to be turning it over. It barely covers up this top and bottom, and plus I just didn't want any tape showing up there, so I didn't worry about it. Just as long as these are good. And the trick is too, when you put this on, this is just wide enough. If there had been a little bit smaller opening, no, actually it's going to work just fine. That's right. You still want to try not to see any of the clear seamed cellophane here. I guess this is cellophane. It's a little thicker than cellophane. Plastic. We'll just say plastic because it is thicker. I just want to see the DSP over here. But if there is a little bit showing, it's going to be okay. But that's the way I want it to look. So I'm going to go ahead and take the paper backing off. I'm going to use my take your pick tool. Whenever I put tear and tape on embossed piece, I really push down on it because there are always air bubbles because of the little indentations from the embossing. I'm going to kind of lightly go back and forth, and that jiggles the paper backing loose. Do that with all 4 pieces. Okay. So this one is similar to the one I made a couple weeks ago for that birthday card. There we go. Like I said, I'm using the 3x3. Oh, this did pop up a little bit. So I need to push that down. If I need to put another piece on there, I need tear and tape, I will, but I think it's going to be just fine once it's on here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Okay. Turn this over first. Actually, I could have kept that tape on, but it's okay if it's off right now because it's going to go on my card here in just a second. So I am making sure I don't see any opening on the outside parts of the paper and try to keep that square straight. I'm just going to lightly put it down. I'm not pushing really hard. Oh, perfect. So now it's in the openings. Now I can push down. Really good. Okay. Now, since I took that tape off, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base. I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals because I thought I'm going to go ahead and pop this up because this does make it a little thicker And I thought I don't want this super tight, because that way, if it's a little looser, if it's not right up against the card base. Let me bring my card base in here. I thought if I put it on with seal, it would get it too close to the card base, and then there wouldn't be enough room for the shaker to work very well. You don't, well, like I said, you do not have to, because on my original, well, my birthday one is actually on the outside of the card. It's not behind the cardstock. So I think if you put it behind the cardstock in a window like this, then you want to probably use dimensionals on this, so it can move around a little better. The shaking stuff can move. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one and put it right here. Okay, that should be plenty. No, actually, I do want to put, because my original, I forgot to do this, and this kind of caved on me, so I'm going to do it this way. We don't need to do it up here, that's right, because this does kind of fold up just a little bit, so it makes it a little thicker, so you don't need to put a dimensional there, but you do down here. So I'll take all of these paper backings off. Just scooping them up. Okay, now put this on, and with this tape being off, because it does open up a little bit, it'll stick to the card too, so that'll help reinforce this. So I'm kind of hovering over the top here, making sure it looks straight, and it does. And I'll go and put this on. Oh, you can never get the tearing tape to work without tearing the paper, huh? Mine's always a Seal Plus. If I get all the bubbles out of the tearing tape, I haven't had any trouble with it. Maybe it's the different, like Indiana can get really humid. Maybe that has something. I don't know. Just never know. It just depends. It probably depends on the way the room is, if it's dry or if it's wet. And I bet down here in my basement, sometimes it gets a little damp, so that might be part of it. Wintertime, though, it's dry because of the heat pump running all the time. Yeah, Jan says her Seal Plus tears the cardstock too. Yeah, it definitely does. And she likes the tearing tape also. Yeah, it definitely does when it's embossed, for sure. But yeah, I think I've had it happen on some other cardstock too. I think it just depends on whether it's damp or something where you're working. Okay, now I did forget to die cut something. I'm going to have to lug that thing back over here. I even said I needed to do it, and then I forgot. This is a piece of basic black. It's 3 1/4 by 3. Grab this thing again. This is real quick though. I don't even have to mess with tape. Get this all set up. So I've got my die plate and the standard cutting plate on top of the platform. Here's the basic black piece. And then I'm just going to die cut. Oh, need to go this way. This is the same die I used to make the opening in the bubble bath piece. And I don't need to tape it. I just need to make sure it stays on the cardstock. There we go. Because this one, I don't need the opening. I'm using the little frame it's going to make. Oh, thanks, Patty. She's a great way to make a shaker card. Yeah, I'm really having fun with the flip flaps making shaker cards. Okay, I love that we've got different sizes to work with too. And if you do some scoring, you can adjust the size. Okay, so there we go. There's the frame. I don't need this one. So I'll just put it over to the side and use it on something else someday. Now I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet. And I can tell this side is a little, got a little bit of it's smoother up here. So I know that's the front. Let's turn that over. That makes a little more sense. Now I'm going to grab my glue. Multi-purpose glue. I'm just going to put a strip across here. Oops, not that thick. That's why I use my silicone craft mat, so I can take some of this off. I'm going to try to make a thin line all the way around here because I want it to stay in, because I'll show you the card here in just a second again. It'll make more sense when I show you that. But when I first got done, I thought, oh, it needs a frame or something. That's probably one of the reasons they made it like this. So I'm going to bring this back in. I just thought it needed a frame. It had that bubble bath. It just needs something a little darker. So this will just fill in right across here. Being glue, I can kind of scoot it around. Then when I've got it right where I want it, then I'll push down to get the glue to soak in. And yes, it does glue to the flip flap. I wasn't sure if it was going to, and it does. So there we go. Doesn't that make it pop a little more? I love having that little frame. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Cheryl put down, this is the best time to join my team. Well, here, I can actually put this up. I keep forgetting that I can do this. So I'll put that there. You can read Cheryl's comment. Thanks, Cheryl. You've backed me up a couple times here tonight. Thanks. I get to working the demonstrators and their Facebook videos to only be available 30 days. It's not just Stampin' Up! Demonstrators on Facebook. Facebook is making a change any lives. So if people put up a live that's personal, it's going to go in 30 days. I don't understand. There are a lot that you wouldn't believe some of the comments people were putting down on their posts. They were not happy. But I got this on a tech page I'm on that actually is a lady that helps the demonstrators out with tech problems. But she shared it with us. So it's definitely legit. It's not some spam post. But yeah, not too happy about that. So it's anybody on Facebook, their lives will be taken away. Okay, so thanks, Cheryl, for helping out, because when I get to work and I miss comments. Christine, you got to head out. Oh, good. I'm glad you love what you're seeing. You can come back and watch the replay. And you're watching on YouTube, so it'll be there forever. Okay, so I've got that on there. And now I'm going to grab my little bees. Oh, I need to bring my silicone mat back in. I'm going to put this together. So grab my big, let's see. Sometimes it's hard to tell which are the big and small. Okay, that's definitely the big wing. I know the antennas are the same. Oh, get over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my seal. You could use glue too, but I'm just going to put a strip all the way across the top and a little bit down here, all the way across like that. Then I can take my little antenna and put that on there, make sure it got on some adhesive, and it did. And then my wings, let's see, yeah, that's about where I want. I think I want them. Yeah, that looks good. Now I can push down. So that strip of seal is keeping those attached for me. So that bee is ready to go. Now I'm going to grab my little guy, do the same thing. Make sure you know where the top's at. When you turn it over, you can't tell which one's the top and which one's the bottom. So I'm going all the way around and kind of over here just a little bit because I want to catch that antenna. Since I've got that little boo-boo because I stamped the antenna by accident, I'm going to line that up. I'm still attaching it to the back. There. Bring it down. Yeah, I didn't put it down enough though. There we go. Okay, so that's attached right there to the adhesive. And then put my little wings. I'm going to lay them down here. Lay my bee down on them. And now that little guy's ready to go. Now I'm going to get my flowers together here. So let's grab the two flowers. And actually, I want to put these on individually. I forgot about that. So I will take care of that here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to grab this piece. This is a 4 by 1 inch piece. It's actually the exact same paper I used on the front, but I'm using this side. I'm going to put it across the bottom. Normally I would have put this on before I attach this to the card, but it's still going to work. I like to do that in case this paper is too long, and then I can do some trimming. But this is also popped up with dimensionals, so I can fix it if it is, but I have a feeling we're going to be fine. I'm leaving a little bit of bubble bath showing here at the bottom. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So I'm looking at down here to make sure that looks straight, and it does. That's on there. Now I'm going to grab my Love This Life, and I'm only going to put adhesive here across the middle because I'm going to be tucking a flower underneath this a little bit. Oh, and I meant to stamp this with Petunia Pop. I will show you my Petunia Pop. I like it better. I wish I hadn't put adhesive on this. I could have stamped it again, but this will look fine with the old olive. I'll bring my original in. I think it looks better with Petunia Pop. But there we go. We've got that. I'm going to grab one of the flowers. Since this is already all popped up with dimensionals, I'm using just seal to put everything else on. And I'm only going to put seal here in the center part of this flower because I'm going to put the leaves underneath it. So I'm going to put this one down. lift that up just a little bit because I kind of liked it tucked in. Okay, I'm just laying it there. I'm not going to push it down completely in case I want to move it. I'm going to grab one each of the leaves, I mean. Get some adhesive here. You could use glue dots too. I'm going to have this one tuck in under here. Yep, I like that. And then with this one, to have the leaves look like this, because these are more rounded, I'm going to put the pointed end in here underneath. I'm going to stick that there. That looks good, so I'm going to push them all down. Now I can put my bees on here. So I'm going to put adhesive, and I'm actually putting it over the bottom of the wings and the antenna just a little bit. And then this guy's going to go right here, and I'm just going to kind of tap it in case I want to move it again. Do the same thing with this one. I'm not bothering to put adhesive on this part. If you're worried about it coming off later, you can put, I would use a little glue instead of the seal, because the seal pot, you'll see it from here in the center of the openings of the wings. And this one's going to go right here. I'm just tapping it again because I'm not sure if I might want to move it. Now I'm going to grab the flower and the leaves. Turn this over. Oh, thanks, Betty. I'm glad you're liking the cards so far. Thanks, Paula. Okay. And Sissy Sue, I think that's what it says. I like that name. Okay, I'm going to put this. I kind of liked it like this. I'm going to put up here in this corner. Once again, just kind of tap it a little bit. Turn my leaf over. Get some adhesive on it. And last but not least, this little leaf. I don't think I got it. Oh, yeah, I did. I didn't think I had any adhesive on there. And I'm going to put this one. I want to angle it, though. There, that looks good. Now I'm going to push it down. Oh, thanks, Marva. Glad you're liking it. So there we go. I've got one more thing I put on it. You could just leave it like this. I think this looks cute. But I wanted to put a little something right there. Did I lose it? Oh, no, I didn't. So I thought I'm going to use the iridescent trim. This is the last thing you get that you can get free from me. So the Bokeh Mix here. Oop, I didn't push this guy down. That was my fault. I got the flower done and then forgot to push these guys down. There we go. But the Bokeh Mix, that you can get free with my thank you gifts. I'll go over that here a little bit when I'm all done with the cards. And this you can get free with a qualifying order. Okay, so this is a 9-inch piece. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start more on the left end and make a bow. I don't want it real big. That's why I'm only using a 9-inch piece. See if I can get a hold of that. I don't know why. I had trouble making a bow yesterday. I think I'm not making this loop big enough because this is a little thicker ribbon. There we go. I kept grabbing the wrong thing. That's what the problem was. Okay, I don't want it to be very big, so I'm going to start adjusting some things here. Bring this down. So I'll make it a little smaller than I want it to be because I'm going to tighten it up and that'll make it a little bigger. There, that looks good. I'm going to grab my glue dots. Put the back of the knot on top of a glue dot and then squeeze it really good so the glue dot attaches. And it's going to go right here. I'm actually going to put it more on that black frame. I'm going to grab my scissors because it's covering up my pretty flower. I don't want the tails that long. And then cut this one. There we go. And that is my meant to be shaker card. Got that all done. I'm going to bring in the original. So there it is, stamping this in Old Olive. And then the one on the left is the Petunia Pop with the Love of This Life is in Petunia Pop. I kind of like that better, just to add a little more color, but it looks good both ways. So there's that shaker card. And then I told you I wanted to show you another shaker card. Let me get sitting down here so I can find it. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Beth, let's see, I'm going to look. I'm missing a ton of comments. I am so sorry. I'm seeing questions getting asked. Mary Catherine just put, Betty, you might want to subscribe and get my email list. I do have an email list. I'm not sure you are watching on YouTube, I do believe. What you do, just look down at video description, and there is a newsletter subscription link. You click on that, and you can sign up and get my emails. So that way you're notified all the sales whenever I go live. When I do a video, I'll let you know any recorded videos, things like that. But if you have any questions, like I said, I will go over all of the comments. You know what? I'm going to turn, oops, it's going to turn me on. I got to get my camera back in the right spot. That way you're not just looking at my hands. But I will look through all the comments, and if I missed any questions that need to be answered, looks like I have. I can see some people have answered. Thank you guys so much. Your help means a lot. But on Facebook, I can reply back to your comment directly. On YouTube, the live chat goes away. This is one thing I wish YouTube would change. So I will have to put the answer to your question in the regular comments section. So when this live is over, if you ever go to a recorded live, you'll see the comments below the video. That's where I'll answer your question. So I'll try to do with your name, but sometimes that tagging doesn't work on YouTube. Sometimes it does, but I will get your answers that way. So I will check your comments out. Okay, I'm going to go back to the picture with the cards. Let's see. Well, I'm glad you came on, Betty. She said she came in late. She just saw the video and clicked on. I'm glad you came. Okay. So this is the card. This was the one I just made. And this is when I used the Petunia Pop for the sentiment. So I kind of like that a little better, but it still looks good with the old olive. So I told you I was going to show you another card. This is using that Beautiful Butterflies, which is what I used before. I might do a video on this one. I'm not sure. I knew it was going to get too late if I made another shaker card, so I didn't do this one. But this one is actually stamped. Now, actually, I can hurry up and tell you, and I will do a written tutorial. That's what I'll do, because I'm going to do a post on my blog about this, and it'll post on Friday. So I will just do a little more of a written tutorial for this one. But the hybrid embossing folder, I showed how it works with the dies on my last live, which was last week. So just find the one that's called Beautiful Butterflies Card Class at Home. The very first card I make in that live is the one that explains how to use that folder. So that's what I did here. I embossed and die cut at the same time. But then there's a white piece of cardstock underneath this. And what I did, I laid down the white piece of cardstock. Then I laid this down on top of it, the balmy blue piece. So the opening was right on there. And then I took the big butterfly stamp that's in the set, and the stamp fit perfectly inside this, and then I stamped it. And then I could lift this up, so that way the butterfly is in the right spot. And then I colored it in with Stampin' Blends. So the white paper is just underneath this piece. The 4x4, because I had to use the 4x4 flip flap here, is underneath. So it's in between the flip flap with all of the little Boca Mix pieces in it. Is in between the white piece with the butterfly and this balmy blue piece. And the balmy blue piece is put on with, did I put dimensionals? I didn't use dimensionals, and I kind of wished I had, because I can tell it's kind of warped a little bit. So I will make a tutorial for this for you so you can see exactly how I made it, but that gives you a few tips. But I used the little ribbon again and the Boca Mix in there. So this is to show you another card you can make with that butterfly or Beautiful Butterflies set. So speaking of thank you gifts, so that's all of those. Now with the thank you gifts, it's the cards. So tonight I'll do this one. Tonight you will be in the drawing for this. So if you live in the United States, and I'm sorry, I left that stupid ticker up through the whole video. I try to turn that off so it doesn't distract you while I'm making the card, and I didn't get that done. I'm sorry. Might as well leave it up there now, but I did not. I meant to take that off. But if you live in the United States and want to be part of my door prize drawing, and if you haven't done it yet, then you're going to want to do hashtag door prize, type it in just like you see there at the bottom of the screen. The reason you have to do it just like that while you're watching the live, I have a program that picks the winner. So this is for everybody that's watching the live that does hashtag door prize. So if you haven't done it yet, if you've done it already during this video, you're in the drawing, you're good. But if you came in late and you live in the United States and want to be in the drawing, just do the hashtag door prize, and the program will pick your comment, everybody else's comment, and pick the winner. Betty says you're subscribed now. What is the host code that's displayed on the screen for? Okay, if you place an order using, I'll explain that here in just a minute with the thank you gifts. That's a good question. I'll do that because that way there's always a delay, so I can answer that question while everybody's putting their hashtag door prize in. So this is going to be for everybody watching live. And then if you're watching the replay, you also get put in the drawing. So all my live people will be put in this drawing, and all of the people that watch the replay, and I'll do the hashtag door prize in their comment will get put in the drawing to get this card. So those are the door prizes for this week. So right now, so that's this is the live and replay people getting the drawing for this for next week. So those of you that watch live, you get 2 chances to win a door prize. So that's for next week, and I will announce that winner at the beginning of next week's. And this is when I'm going to do the winner here in a few minutes. So, but I'm going to answer Betty's question. So put this to the side for right now. The host code makes it so you can get free stuff when you order from me. So I'm going to grab this right now. I do thank you gifts, and they come out every 2 weeks. And this week, you get the card kits to make 2 each of these cards. There's my there we go. These are what I did in my live last week for my beautiful butterfly card class at home. So there we go. I have to think which butterfly set it is because we have another butterfly set, and I keep always wanting to say the wrong name. So I made these 3 cards. If anybody places a $50 order using that host code, you will get the card kits to make 2 each of these cards. Now, of course, the ink pads are not included. The stamp set's not included. If you don't have this stamp set, no worries. You can substitute with something else. But as you can see, I did, I don't think there's any embossing. No, I do emboss this one. I did not emboss this one because this is the one that it's die cut, it's stamped and die cut and embossed at the same time. If you missed that video, just look up that beautiful butterflies card class at home link live from last week, and you can watch how I did it. But this will $50 with the host code before shipping and tax. Make sure you look at the right totals before shipping and tax. You get the card kits. If you bump it up to a $60 order before shipping and tax, you'll also get to pick out a free Sale-A-Bration item from Stampin' Up. So just add $10 more on. You'll get the card kits, plus you'll get a Sale-A-Bration item. Now, if you bump it up to a $125 order before shipping and tax with the host code, then you will also get an itty bitty bokeh mix. So that was what I used to make the shaker cards. So you'll get a full one. So you will get the card kits. You'll also get a Sale-A-Bration item. Actually, you can get up to 2 Sale-A-Bration items with your $125 order because it's for every $60 placed on your order before shipping and tax. You'll also get the bokeh mix. Then, if you bump it up to a $200 order, do not use that host code. You'll still get all my thank you gifts. So you'll get the Sale-A-Bration items that you earned, and you'll also get the iridescent striped trim from me. So that's how that works. If you didn't understand that very well, because sometimes I'll go through it too fast, there is a link down in the video description that says thank you gifts. If you click on that, that'll give you all the information on how to get this. And this ends February 24th, which is this coming Monday. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Contact me. I also, like I said, if you click on that thank you gifts link, that'll take you to that page. It'll give you all that information again. It'll make more sense. Now, if your order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, do not use that host code. That way you get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. I don't want you to miss out on that, and you'll still get the thank you gifts you earned from me, plus your Sale-A-Bration items. So that is what the host code's for. I use the host code because that makes it so your orders, I earn Stampin' Rewards, and I can get this free stuff for you. Helps. Some of it I can get for free. Some of it I still pay for. That helps determine my price because I wouldn't be able to give all this stuff away for if you didn't use the host code. So that's why I have you use it on orders under $150 before shipping and tax. Like I said, if you do the $150 order before shipping and tax, take that host code off. You'll still get my thank you gifts. I don't want you to miss out on getting Stampin' Rewards if you do an order that large. Okay, now I think that was enough time for all the hashtag door prizes. I saw a couple more come on. So now I'm going to get my Post-it notes ready. Oh, that's right. I didn't grab the whole Post-it pad last time. And I'm going to grab my card. So I'm going to do the drawing for the winner for this. Now there is a delay, so hopefully nobody will put their hashtag door prize in here in a minute. I'm going to grab my raffle. I'm going to count to 3 and then start it. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Jan. Now I do have all your information. So I will get this card mailed out to you. You don't have to message me or anything. I've got your address. Okay, we've been getting a lot of new people, but that time it's one of my regulars. So congratulations, Jeanne. I'm glad you got to win. Hide this so I can get back on here. So I will mail this out to you in a few days. Okay, that is it. We are done. Oop, let me get the camera back in here. There we go. We are all done with the class. I hope you, well, this wasn't a class, but all done with the cards. Hope you enjoyed making that shaker card. I love using flip flaps to make shaker cards. And like I said, I did make a birthday one probably more than a couple weeks ago. And there on YouTube, there's a link to it down in the video description. That'll take you directly to it. If you're watching on Facebook for the next couple weeks anyway, you can scroll down and find the video down there. But if you can't find it, because since like I said, Facebook has now made it to where they will only let lives stay on for 30 days. So if you can't find it, then just go to my YouTube channel, click that Learn More button at the top of the page, go to my YouTube channel, and you can find it under my free card class at home playlist. So that'd be the beautiful butterflies. Oh, and I'm sorry, it'll be the it's under the past lives. That's right. It wasn't a card class at home. It was a separate video for the birthday celebrations shaker card. I think I said how to make shaker cards with flip flaps. That was the first time I'd ever done it. So that's where you can find that video. Oh, hi, Christy. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. Glad you could watch tonight. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Marilyn. I'm glad you liked the card. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of congratulations for Jeanne. And I think we are done for the night. So I will see you guys again next week. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Don't get sick. Everybody, we all need to stay healthy now. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.